Shalom. Shalom, Yasharallah. Before this starts, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, the only ones appointed to teach the 100% truth of the Bible. All right, the leaders of Yasharallah, whether you like it or not. A sincere shalom to all the Yakim out there pushing out this word in truth and sincerity. And a sincere shalom to all the Akwat out there listening in silence. My name is Bayan Ashna Pasha. Lord willing, I'm back in the spirit to edify you brothers out there or the silent sisters and whatnot. Today I was just meditating on some a conversation I had yesterday at the plantation, and this new effect that I got going on. It doesn't leave me with the best amount of time, so I got to rework all of this. But I got two Ephraimites that are at my plantation, and I've known one of them for a very long time. And the other one I just met, and not really giving them too much attention, just hearing the conversation that they're having. And they're talking about how they're having woman problems and whatnot. Jake wants to be able to find a woman that can actually do what she's told and is not doing anything behind their back and whatnot. And there's a lot of which that they had wrong, and I'm like, that just sounds like you're looking at all the wrong areas, And amongst talking to them, the one Ephraimite, he knows exactly what I'm about. I've told him about this ministry. I've told him about this truth. I've showed him the scriptures time and time again. He knows exactly where my heart truly lies, and he knows, and I let him know. I'm like, it doesn't matter what you bring up. It doesn't matter where, what we're talking about. I'm going to be based in this. Don't expect an answer that you're going to like. Now, I'm not 100%, I'm not making my situation unnecessarily harsher by, the scripture says this and whatnot while I'm at work. No, I'm not stupid to do that, because I know that that's one way that I can lose my ability to put food on the table and whatnot, so I just don't do that, I'm a little incognito about it at work, just like as we're supposed to be. Now, or as we have to be, just so that we don't ruin our chances of being able to get by in this world. So, just going off of principality alone, didn't even mention any scriptures or whatnot. I'm talking to these two Ephraimites, all right? Northern tribe. They both are looking at their situation as everything they went through was time wasted. One was married for 5 years, the other one was married for 9 years, right? And they're looking at those situations like, we invested so much and came out with nothing, and it changes you to not want to do anything further. And I'm listening to this and I'm just like, if you're in that situation, a problem doesn't start at the end. There's problems that happen all throughout the entire thing, and those are problems that are going to test you. These are all things that you need to pay attention to in order to constantly be aware of your situation and not just be, and not see what's coming, The scriptures say the shrewd one foreseeth the evil, and I forget specifically how it's worded. I don't have the ability to look up the scripture right now, but being able to see what's coming and walk accordingly, not just blindly walking around or ignoring important details or whatnot, because that's how you end up in situations where you don't need to be in, not giving your power or time to useless things. And they said that they understood that, and I'm like, okay, well, if you do, then you would understand that no problem just happens. You have to be ignoring a problem or not trying to learn a lesson that a problem is trying to teach you in order for that problem to hit you the way it does. That's how the Lord works. He's going to present you with an issue so that you can be tested. You're going to receive something. And it depends on how you live your life, And my whole point was to try to get them to understand, listen, you can't just go through things, not even bringing out any scriptures or whatnot, just principality of life. And this is how you know that these jakes just need to get put down. All right? This is why the Lord needs to come back, because these jakes, they are okay with talking to other men's wives and saying, oh, well, she is seeking me out. I'm just, if she happens to want to do anything with me, then, it's whatever. And I'm like, that wicked ass shit, bro. Why are you even talking to another dude's woman, man? But they don't understand the scriptures say sit not at all with another man's wife. They don't understand that. And I'm telling them, again, not even using the scriptures, this is how much jakes really hate the Lord. But they can't, even if it's not in a scripture, even if it's just a good point, they don't care. They don't care that the Lord said don't eat pork. They just like the taste of it anyway. And because what they were saying was, hey man, she's coming at me. I'm not at fault there. And I'm like, yes, you are. You're an accessory to that crime. It's the same thing like if your best friend wants to rob a bank and you give them a ride there, you are an accessory to that crime. You're not innocent. You helped in that. You had a part in that. And that's how the Lord's going to see it. And I was asking him, I'm like, yo, do you think the Lord is really a punk that he's going to let that shit slide? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, you're going to have, when everybody's judgment comes in, because everybody's going to have to face the Lord, it's going to come back to this moment where this question was asked. He's going to replay it for you. And you're going to have to watch yourself say something stupid and not hear the message. Even though it was, in the most watered down way that it could be presented so that it could exist at the workplace. Because where I work, they're extremely sensitive. I mean, extremely sensitive. Like, everybody there is part of the alphabet community. All right? They're extremely sensitive, extremely entitled and whatnot. All of my coworkers are Moes. All of them. Every single last one. Or I'm gonna call them hackers, if you get the binary joke. But my point is that they don't care about what the Lord has to say whatsoever. Even it doesn't even have to be in scripture. They hate the principalities of the Lord. All right? Because it's not, and what they kept saying was it's not so black and white, these decisions. And I'm like, it really is. It's very simple. You are just overcomplicating it. You are looking for a way to make it okay. But really, you could avoid all these issues by, as I tell them, I'm like, first off, you just got to cut off stupid things. The type of woman that they're looking for that are actually going to be, man, I'm getting ahead of myself. This conversation was exclusively stupid. Now, they were saying, how do I know that the woman of my life isn't with another man? And I'm like, you shouldn't be looking for that in the first place, because why would you get the woman that you want from taking it from another man? Like, she's not going to do that to you. That doesn't even make any sense. You are looking for any possible reason. You're looking for, you're looking in the toilet, finding shit, and complaining that you're finding shit. And that's what I told them. All right? You need to stop going to the toilet to look for these women, man. If you keep going in the same places, you are to blame. You have to go elsewhere. You have to change the way you move, change the way you think. Don't allow the things that that those specific women do. They couldn't understand the type of, you can vet people like that and just pay attention to who they are. They'll show you. because they're going to try to feel you out. It's easy to see. Anything that they try to like, oh, you know, like any bit of that to whatever you don't like, that's where they're really trying to get you to be comfortable with something that they know not everybody's going to like. Okay? Because otherwise, why even bring that energy out there? But you can, you don't have to be around those people that are going to consistently bring you issues. You can see them. Once your mindset changes, it's like when you got, man, it's like getting out of a bad relationship. Once you get out of that mindset and you actually look at, once you change your mindset of how you look at them, that was another thing. They kept saying, no, it does change you. And I was saying, no, I'm not arguing that it doesn't change you. It just matters how it changes you. Because if you're just changing for, oh, I just don't care anymore, that's not going to help you. Even though you may feel good in that, that doesn't mean it's the best place. You could be resting upon a throne of shit, but it doesn't mean that it's a good throne, you know? And that was something that they couldn't understand. They kept saying, oh, but how do I not know? If I don't live that way, how do I not know I like it? And I was like, you know bleach is bad for you. Just because you could probably take a drop of it doesn't mean to consistently try to add that to your life. And man, these Jakes, man, they really, on a fundamental level of having any bit of wisdom and understanding, they just don't get it. And that was the thing. Every aspect of their life, they were like, I know this, I know that, I know this. And I'm like, all the things that you're bringing up is just wicked shit, man. And I told him, I'm like, the knowledge of wickedness is not the same as wisdom. It's not. And he asked me, he's like, you don't think I'm wise? And I'm like, no, you haven't listed a single wise thing. And these dudes are older than me. They're like 40 something. The other one's about to be 30. And I'm like, the water Shai, I'm not you. The water, that I have this truth, that I'm accepting of it, that I'm humble enough to realize where I'm wrong. Because it is so easy to be you. And y'all are gonna be firewood in these days, man. And this is, man, it's it's so abundant why the Lord needs to come back, man, because these people are trying to rationalize adultery and fornication, you know? And the Lord said no. These are the same people that think, oh, come on, man, you can just put a little bit of bacon on it, and they think it's okay. And they don't have an actual understanding of who the Lord is. They don't understand it's a terrible thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man. It is a terrible thing. And they just want to act like it's sweet. Like this ain't the same God that flooded the entire earth just to save 8 people. Right? Kill everybody. Even his own people said, I don't care about those ones because they don't care about me. And they think that, oh, I fuck with them. I fuck with the Lord. They think that that's going to get them through. And that shit's just, and that's why Mark 6:11 is saying, if no man receive you, just, hey, shake the dust off your feet and just lead them to their judgment, man. The Lord is marking these people, marking these fools to show you, for those who are sincerely in this, hey, it is very easy to be here, man. Scriptures say, it is one step between life and death, and these people are moonwalking in death. They are happy to be on that side, bro. It's like it. They are happy to offend the Lord, and we fucking hate it, man. The whole time I was like, all out about Shemel Shai, that I am not like these fools, and please keep them away from me. Don't let me accept any of their ideologies or anything that they be sipping on. I don't want it. So now I just keep my headphones on and I don't listen to a damn thing that's got to come out of their mouth. I don't listen to my coworkers anyway. I let them know, As soon as I clock out, y'all stop existing. So I don't give a fuck about none of y'all at all. But when you do talk to me, it better only be about work. Because if it ain't about this ministry, I don't care. All right? And you can see the difference between who actually is. That's what Philippians 3 was talking about. I think that's verse 27. That's talking about who are enemies of Hamashiach, man. Who say that they love the Lord, who say that they're about the teachings and whatnot, but still just want to please their own belly. That's their own God, man. They don't actually care about the Lord in any way, shape, or form. And this is why the Lord's got to come back and fucking put these niggas in the dirt. Because, hey, once the Lord comes back, it's a wrap. It's a wrap for wickedness. And righteousness will properly be displayed across the whole earth, across all the four winds of the globe, man. We sick and tired of having to come into work. And Jake think this shit is funny. And that was another thing that they couldn't understand. I'm like, bro, y'all don't see this? They kept asking me, oh, how you liking the new job, bro? And I'm like, you're asking me the equivalency of how do you like your new cell? It's a cell. I don't care about if it's bigger or smaller, if it has a better view or not. I'm still in captivity. I fucking hate this place. I hate that I have to do this. I fucking hate this place. Don't ask me, how do I like this job? I fucking hate it. I hate the fact that I gotta wake up at a certain hour and give somebody else some time so that they can live lavish, and I gotta be living check to check, basically. I hate the fact that if I don't live as the so-called white man is telling me how to live, I could lose it all. I hate the fact that he's in power and I'm not in rulership. All right? Because what I know is all in the teachings of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Even the little that I know is still leagues ahead of what these niggas know. They don't know nothing. You know? And everything that where my mind is focused, and man, Satan be beating the hell up out of me, man. Because I'd be like, man, I don't know enough. I don't know this. I don't know that. And the Lord is showing me, hey, what you do know, it's what I want you to know. Because these niggas don't know shit. Be glad you're not them. Wow. The only good thing about my job, the only good thing, is that I get a beautiful view of a sunset every single day. That's it. That's the only thing. That is the only thing. And that's just because I can see the artworks of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. That's it. Other than that, I don't give a fuck about this place. We can't wait for the Lord to come and light this bitch on fire, man. These people want this shit to exist. That other Ephraimite, I've been telling him, damn, that motherfucker close as hell. That's a private jet. Some rich ass niggas landing right now. Damn. That bitch was mad close. That was like 100 feet in the air, man. And I'm over the highway. Anyway. My point being, Jakes, they don't really care about the Lord even though they say they do. They don't care about living in righteousness. They got Stockholm syndrome. They want to make it work with the white man. They want to go ahead and just do whatever they want to. And the thing is, that other Ephraimite, man, everything is going in one ear, out the one, and out the other that I be sharing with him. And he be looking me dead in my face as I'm showing him scripture by scripture, everything. And he is looking like he's on the verge of tears listening. And And I'm like, this is how I know you fake as hell. Because how is it you're feeling this much? You ain't come to camp not once, bro. Not once. You've had ample opportunity. Your schedule changed. Everything opened up. You got no excuse. You just don't want to. And he be saying, oh, I'm just waiting until I get my new car. I'm waiting until I get my apartment and all that. And I'd be letting him know, I'm like, you know we're God's, right? You know if we fell short, we were God's. Lord willing, we're a part of that number. We were God's. We created whatever we wanted. We were immortal. We had spiritual power. We had all of that. We're not human. We're God's trapped in mortal bodies. That's why the scriptures say, ye are God's, yet ye shall die as mortal men. That's who we are. But hey, it just goes to show you, you can't, the brother brought out a scripture Saturday, and I forgot what the scripture was, but basically it said, force not the course of a river, man, which is, you can't force somebody to be somebody who they're not, all right? And for me, when I came into this, all it took was hearing the Lord's name and his son's name to make me 100% seared in this. All these scriptures, all these breakdowns, and it's not clicking for him. Hey, the Lord ain't got no spirit for you, man. The Lord don't want him. And that's a scary, scary thing, man. That's another thing. Which, they don't want to look at the situations as a building point. They want to look at it as reasons to go off. And that's where I'm like, yo, despise not the chastening of the Lord. I didn't even say all that. All I told him was, those situations are opportunities for you to realize how to better your situation. And if you're not picking up on that, you're going to make the situation worse. The woman's not going to have the understanding. You do. Don't try to put her in that, because you're going to fail every single time. You have to subtly. That's the thing. Women love to say that, oh, men are narcissists and they're manipulators. Guess what? We're supposed to be. We are. Because what we know is based in the truth, 100%. You're not changing that. If it's based in this, it doesn't matter what the fuck you say, what you feel, or what you think. It doesn't matter. As if it's not 100% aligned with this, it doesn't fucking matter. So yes, you're not changing shit about that. The Lord is a narcissist. You're not telling him nothing. And we coming in that same energy, in 100% agreement with what he's saying. And if you're not accepting of that, if you want to fight that, guess what? You're gonna lose every fucking time. Every fucking time. And then when it comes to manipulation, the Lord told us that we're the judges to rule accordingly in subtlety. So yes, we're gonna have things going in our favor, whether you know it or not. We're going to do what we can to make sure that it's going to work, but in righteousness. We're not going to do things out of wickedness. Now, a lot of niggas, they be moving like that in wickedness. Oh, you can't tell me nothing, and they're wrong. You can't tell me I'm going to do whatever, and it's out of wickedness. That's the difference. We're not moving like them, but that's how they want to move, and that's why it's a problem. But the men of the Lord, yes, you are not going to tell a man of the Lord how to move, how to think, how things should be going, nothing. Because the Lord tells us what to do, and you are not better than the Lord. So we're not listening to you. And they don't see it as an actual honest way to make their situation better. Because if you are operating within the wisdom of the Lord, you're gonna pay attention to how your woman moves. And and one of the things that he kept saying was, oh, the woman is distracted by absolutely everything. And I'm like, yes. Your point? They're the weaker vessel. It's like having a child. They love to think that they're grown and all that, but truthfully, once they get comfortable and whatnot, even if they're like really submissive and whatnot, guess what? They still don't have understanding. Especially a Jake woman, they don't mature. They don't mature past a certain age. They think they do, which is the worst part. All right, Proverbs 9:13 says, a woman of folly knoweth nothing and doesn't know it. Roughly paraphrasing. I think that's in the NLT version, man. They don't know nothing and they think that they do. That's a terrible thing, bro. But the man does. The Lord did not impart wisdom to the woman. He imparted the man with wisdom. The man is over the woman, not the woman over the man. So you got to go ahead and properly look at the situation. You got to guide the situation. If she's getting distracted by everything, guess what? If she's not doing anything wrong, but she's just, oh, wow, look at this, look at this, look at this. Whoa. That's where you come in. Hey, jingle, jingle, jingle. Come here. It's that simple. It's that simple. You just be nice. You know, don't be a lion in your household. That's another lesson I'm learning, bro. Even though you're right, you ain't gotta come down with a rod of iron and whatnot. It depends on what's on your spirit or whatnot, but you gotta move smart. You can't just move reckless in this thing. You can have the scriptures, the name of the Lord and all that, but if you're not moving in wisdom, then you're not actually moving as a man of the Lord, you know? Because there's qualities to the elect, you know? They're wise, they're long-suffering, they're patient, they're understanding, they're kind-hearted, but we stand firm on business. These are all things that we got to exercise. We don't come prepackaged like that. We have to stay vigilant to continuously be that. Because we could very easily just let go of that shit. And guess what? Problems will start stacking up left, right, and center. And that was my point. Where if you're not paying attention to all these things and not handling them as needed and just, man, whatever. You're asking for problems to continuously arise. And they couldn't understand that. You know, but hey, the Lord say He gonna choose their delusion, so they gonna think that they're right, even though they're not. They gonna have everything to say. The mindset of a 2/3 Jake is useless. That might be the title of the lesson. The mindset of a 2/3 Jake is useless. All right. Okay. All right. So why listen to the world? Look at how little these individuals know, man. They don't know nothing about nothing. All they know is how to commit wickedness and sin. We be trying to offend less, bro. They're happy to go down with this system. Most of these niggas is proud to be Mo's. Calling it pride, bro. They know it's one of the 7 deadly sins, but they revel in it. Stupid, bro. And hey, once the Lord come back, we'll see who's right in the way that they live. Call us boring, call us whatever. It don't matter. We know y'all wicked. Y'all are wicked and worthless. You know what? That's even better. a better title. A 2/3 Jake is wicked and worthless. There it is. Alright. Lord willing, you were edified by this lesson, man. Or this testimony, rather. Hey. We almost through, bro. These niggas is through. But we almost through the end times, man. Alright. Lord willing, that I think it's October that we go into a completely cashless society. That's what Trump put inside of that genius bill. I don't know enough about politics. I'm still learning in that regard. The better I get at that, the more confident I feel about speaking on it. All right. But there are plenty of brothers that you can go ahead and pay attention to that are much better about speaking about the politics of the world. GMS Awakening 144, that's Amawan Gabar. Beautiful brother that talks about end time prophecy and the state of the world. Beautifully consistent brother. A great example of how we need to be pushing in this thing. GMS North Carolina 77. All right. In the news, brother. All right. So these are brothers who are much better suited with world politics and reading end time prophecy and matching it to the it's way over there. Okay. All right. And I'm trying to think of another one. And honestly, just follow the Rebukinator, all right? GMS South Carolina 08. That's Elder Manataz Akbar, all right? And that was a beautiful brother that came down to Orlando not too long ago. Had a beautiful example with him as well, all right? So Lord willing, you were edified. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Shabbat Shem Rakakwadash. We want to give double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone and a sincere shalom to the elect out there. Just keep pushing. We almost home. All right. Shalom, Nasrallah.